theater.
Cause we live.
It's alive. It's moving. It's coming this way.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to this, the CrownCon 35 edition of the Horror Movie Club, the club where, what do? We watch horror movies, of course. If you're new to the stream, which I sincerely doubt, but if you are, the format of the stream is that we basically agree to watch a horror movie ahead of time. It's always something that's not behind a paywall, and so we watch it, and then we get together, and we talk about it. And if you haven't seen it and you think to yourself, well, damn, that sounds cool, I want to check that out, guess what? Link is in the description below where you can click and watch it completely for free. Now, let me bring on my considerably more coherent co-host, Matt Burke.
What up?
What's
going on, man?
Dog?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Oh, man. And then, of course, Pops is here because, of course, it's CrownCon. I can't stop doing that, man. I love me some Pops Van Marmalade. What can I say? Oh, crap, man. Yeah, tonight we are talking The Abominable Dr. Phibes with Vincent Price by Robert Fuest. I've never been sure about how to pronounce his name. F-U-E-S-T. So it's like Fuest or Foist.
It's a F-U.
Yeah. So he didn't do many movies, but the ones he did are certainly memorable, and those include the Dr. Phibes duology. That is to say, that tonight's movie, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, had a sequel, which I think was called Dr. Phibes Rises Again.
I've seen those on there. I was trying to sift my way through them, and it was funny because I didn't have the child restrictions on my YouTube. It kept sending me to to Seinfeld over and over and over and over.
Oh God!
So I had to turn off my whole system and turn it back on, and then it okay, now I can watch the movie on my big screen. It's hilarious.
Hell yeah! Yeah, I mean, usually if I provide a link, it's usually to like Tubi or Peacock or like any of these other streaming channels. But for some reason, people don't want to click on those because I think they think they need to create like accounts or something like that, which you don't.
Yeah, you don't.
And but for some reason, if I provide a YouTube link, they're more likely to click on that. And and this movie wasn't available on any of the streaming sites, but there's a nice pristine Blu-ray rip at the link below, people. So definitely check that out. Real quick, let's do the week in horror. Dude, did you see anything in this past week?
No. Did you?
No.
I wanted to go see Evil Dead. My wife saw it. She said it was.
I know.
It was really good. Yeah, like her whole mom and sister they liked it. It's a little more gory for them. Like for me, I'm into the whole splat stick.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm just horror stan. I like all this stuff. But
I will say we did get a little bit of news last night. When we were talking to Chuck, he said that there are 30-something different major horror movies in production right now or something.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Horror is bigger. It's more popular than it's ever been. And Hollywood isn't, I mean, here's the problem. It's like Hollywood is all about making these big tentpole movies, right?
Yeah.
These like $200-300 million Marvel movies, and those are starting to not be as profitable as they used to be.
Yeah.
And horror is popular, it has a built-in fan base that is huge and getting bigger every day, right? Because there's the people like us who are sick freaks and we're like, we'll fly our freak flag. But then there's all the other people that are like, I don't watch that weird shit, and somebody's watching it. Yeah. Somebody's watching
it. You they're watching it, right?
Exactly.
Like people didn't vote for Trump.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Fans. And it's like Avengers. You're gonna go watch and you're gonna oh cool, but a fucking horror movie, you're gonna be like you're gonna get scared. It's a different, it's more of a thrill ride, and it's cheap as fuck. You know what I mean, from a consumer perspective. And
also, you don't need movie stars for horror.
Nope.
Right. So you don't have to pay Robert Downey Jr. like $20 million to appear in the picture because
movies make movie stars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we don't have movie stars like we used to because Hollywood is not about creating more movie stars because they don't want to have to pay people those big bucks. It's kind of like, remember they got rid of like the supermodel when I think it was like Linda Evangelista. It's like I don't even get out of bed for less than like $50,000.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like horror movies. They take people you never heard of.
Yeah.
But then they end up getting a cult following.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Then they turn into Bradley Cooper and Johnny Depp.
Yep. I love Linnea Quigley. Why? She wasn't. She was in some B movies, man, right? But I love that lady. She was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Joe Bob Briggs said it best, that there's two kinds of men in this world, Brinky Stevens guys and Linnea Quigley guys. I like Brinky. I mean, I love them both, but I'm more of a brunette kind of a guy. But yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing about because I was hoping to see Evil Dead Rises this week too, because everything I've been hearing about that is like not just positive, it's almost euphoric. Like people are saying it's like one of the best horror movies of like the last decade.
Yeah, they're really happy to see something real.
I heard it was just as good as like the last remake. Like I asked my wife, I'm like, "What is it as good as the last remake?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I like it better than that too." I'm like, all right, cool.
Better.
And the last remake was tight.
It was good. It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, and also brutal gore. I was like surprised at how savage the violence was in that.
Yeah, it was very fucking no holds barred with the gore, the brutality.
Yeah, man. Which is, something that you want in an Evil Dead movie. Nobody wants like a soy PG rated Evil Dead movie. That completely defeats the purpose. But and we had some sad news this week in the world of horror fandom. Let me share this. Jonathan Morgan, also known as Giovanni Lamberto Radice, passed away. He was only 68 years old, which is a real bummer. For those of you that aren't aware, he was the whipping boy of Italian splatter movies. That is to say, nobody, you know who I'm talking about, because we did Cannibal Apocalypse.
Yeah,
right.
I remember.
Nobody bit it harder than him in that.
Fucked up.
City of the Living Dead. Nobody bit it harder. Nobody bit it harder in in every horror movie that he appeared in, and he appeared in a lot of horror movies.
He was the topic of a discussion like a month and a half ago, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to see him pass. You know what I mean? That's weird.
Yeah. It's a real bummer. And also, I couldn't even find a English language article. Like the horror press hasn't really picked up on this, which kind of annoys me. Yeah. Says that he passed away April 27th. He always loved his fans all over the world, and we know for sure that he always will be remembered and loved for years to come by horror movie fans, and not only. Funeral services will be held in Roma. I mean, we've lost a horror icon for sure, a very curious horror icon. Somebody who was iconic for biting it in the nastiest, grisliest ways imaginable. And speaking of Jonathan Morgan, the 4K Blu-ray of City of the Living Dead is coming out, and to me, it's just like I can't believe that these movies are like. Well, I mean, I knew once New York Ripper came out in 4K, I was like, that's it. That means we're gonna get like the scuzziest movies,
right,
in 4K. Like eventually we're gonna get Hell of the Living Dead 4K. We're gonna get a Burial Ground 4K. I'm just thinking of like the nastiest, greasiest horror movies possible. But yeah, this looks like it's a I don't know if this is this a 10? I'm not sure, but it's by Cauldron Entertainment, which is not a label I'm familiar with. But we will wait for it. Oh, it's a 3-disc set.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, man. And it's got audio tracks. There's a new one by a film historian named Sam Deegan, and it has archival tracks by Catriona McCall, Giovanni Lamberto Radice, and film historians Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson, who used to do a really legendary horror and Eurotrash fanzine. That of course I can't remember the name of right now. It'll come to me in like 15 minutes, but I'm on the spot, so I can't remember it, of course. Now, one of the things I love about these is the fact that they will port over like the extras that came from like laser discs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's like that stuff isn't getting lost. It's like getting ported over, and they keep adding new stuff. So it's just like every new edition is going to have like more extras and shit.
That's always good, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. For fans and also just for historical purposes.
Yeah.
It's, so many of these movies, I would have thought would not necessarily fade from memory, but would not necessarily be preserved and resurrected and get like 4K treatment.
Right.
So we're gonna get to see. I mean, I actually I don't even have a 4K player. No, I'm sorry. I think I have a 4K player, but I don't have a 4K TV. But hopefully, I'll get one so I can watch Giovanni Lamberto Radice get his head drilled in lovely 4K detail. Other thing that's going on is that the Blade movie TV series, whatever the hell this is supposed to be, has another director and another writer.
Wow.
This is going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's going to be a shit show.
It's going to be a shit show. First of all, Disney, Marvel, hello.
Yeah,
right?
It's like
no. So it's going to be trash, but also they've been like changing directors and writers like socks.
They're scared, dude. It's hard to live up to that original, and with them being Marvel, fucking Disney, like doing a Blade movie, like I'm already like sussed out on the fucking Deadpool movie. Like, dude, how they gonna do that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm just like so checked out at this point. I just kind of like have ceased to give a shit. But it sucks because they have I'm gonna mangle his name here. Mahershala Ali. Who is, man. Who's a fucking great actor
from fucking what is it? The TV show.
Mahershala. I mean, I'm probably mangling his name. Yes. Excellent freaking actor. Well cast as Blade. If you saw Alita Battle Angel, you could tell like that's where they were like, oh, that's our Blade, right? Because he had the sunglasses and everything, and I mean, I don't know if he could fight or not, because that was one of the things that was so great about Wesley was he could do the stunts, he could do the martial arts.
He would like create his own Wesley Fu, his own snipe Fu,
Yeah. And would sculpt his body to fit the character, and was just very, very into it and very dedicated. Also was great at striking those like superhero comic book poses, right? Without you realizing that he was doing it.
All nonchalant.
Yeah, without it looking corny, right? but then he'd like, he'd like crouch down or something, and you'd be like, oh man, that's like, that's like one of his poses in like Tomb of Dracula.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's Disney Marvel. I think we all know that it's over, that it's been over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and they've just added Mia Goth to the cast, who's kind of like the Dark Lady of the cinema now. She was in X and Pearl, which is the prequel to X, both of those by Ty West, and in Infinity Pool, also the Brandon Cronenberg movie. So she's like the new horror chick, and she's fantastic. So I'm like sort of glad that they added her to the cast, but at the same time, I'm like, well, it's gonna be like pouring perfume on a pig.
Right.
No offense to pigs. I hear that they're very intelligent, very clean animals. Yeah.
De piggy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, hopefully this will be better than that fucking shit TV series with Sticky Fingaz.
Oh, that movie
Sticky Fingaz.
That movie was proto cringe, bro. Or that TV show.
It's
oh my
so
god.
hard to have hope for any of this.
So
shit.
bad.
It's been
For
like
any
that
of it,
for
man.
so long.
Yep.
I got a little bit of hope. I guess Titan is going to start publishing Conan now. They're making Conan comics. I guess Jim Zub is going to start writing it. I watched a video on Midnight's Edge 2 days ago. They had Malmberg on there, Frederick Malmberg. They got that Conan. So they got this really cool artist that draws like Buscema. It looks pretty promising. It's coming out in July, dude. And they're gonna reboot the whole thing. He's like the guy Zub. He's like, I think he wrote a couple of the I don't know, some of the newer Marvel ones. I wasn't really into those too much, but he likes the old Conan, like the Savage Sword.
Savage
and
Sword.
He also likes the reboot from Dark Horse. So
Oh well, I mean, the reboot was so good. I thought
good.
that the Dark Horse reboot was better than the old Conan comics. Even.
That's when I jumped on, was for that. You know what I mean? And I didn't even read all of them. I read maybe half of them, and I just loved the fucking art. And I picked it up because it launched right when the Momoa movie launched.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I have issue 0. I have issue 1. Also, they're gonna have a free comic book day issue. On I believe it's the first Saturday or either May the 4th, one of the two of May, of the new Conan comic. But when the book launches, there's a bunch of new covers. There's a Mike Mignola cover, but the best cover is the actual interior there's the main artist. I forgot what his name is, like Salvatore or something like that, but he draws like Buscema, dude. This old school sword, Savage Sword of Conan. So I'm really pumped up about that. And then they're supposed to hopefully drop some Conan TV show news during the summer. He says that they're not going to drop anything yet unless it's somewhat substantial. So I'm really hyped for that. I know Conan's not horror, but he dabbles into the fucking sorcery a little bit, which could be horrific sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. Heroic fantasy and horror go together like peanut butter and chocolate. They really do.
Yeah, they do.
Always a Dark Lord.
Yep, always, dude. There's always
and monsters.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
And monsters at the ass.
Yeah. You got to check it out, though. Looks dope.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who's the publisher again?
Titan.
It's Titan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that should be safe. They're a French publisher, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
they are.
So hopefully we're going to get like non-soy, non-PC, non-SJW Conan comics.
I don't think so. I'm 95% sure there ain't going to be none of that shit. And it's going to be told episodically too, so it's not going to be told chronologically. But they're going to jump into different parts, and like he said, he has a map of Hyboria and what happened in certain ages, and he's pinning fucking clips to the map. Like you can watch the interview with the writer. Like he really goes in there and tries to see what age he was at what point in the map he was. So they've already mapped all that out. So there's a chronological, He says we're not gonna. He's like, but I would be totally down to do a modern Red Nails, strict from the script to the comic. Let's do Red Nails. Let's do Hour of the Dragon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man.
man.
I forget the name of it, but
both of those are some of the longer Conan stories, like novella length.
Yeah, dude, and I like those, and I read those back in the fucking day, and yeah, man, I'm really fucking excited about that. That's the only other comic book I'm really excited about. Every now and then there's an indie one that's not in our sphere that hits the actual LCS shelves. That and
Right.
Simonson, I think, is working on another Ragnarok book, so that might come out later this year. I don't know.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, look, the Marvel Conan comics, thank God they stopped making those.
Yeah.
Because totally the wrong publisher.
So bad. Yeah.
Right? And you think to yourself, Marvel was the publisher that made Conan famous.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the John Milius Conan the Barbarian movie came out with Schwarzenegger, that a lot of the critics were saying that it was an adaptation of a comic book. They didn't even know it was originally a series of pulp stories, right? So people mainly knew Conan as a comic book character. You know, so we can thank Marv Wolfman for that. I'm sorry, Roy Thomas.
They kept throwing his name around like Roy Thomas. That's who they want to live up to. That, you know, and Howard, like, so they're throwing his name around a lot, you know, and Buscema a lot. And you see the art, it doesn't look like it's from this decade. The artist is totally like aping the Conan of old. You're gonna love it. I love it.
Nice,
That's why I'm really excited about it, you know. And he keeps saying throwing around pulp, and I think the dude. Don't quote me. I'm not 100. I think he probably wrote a couple of the woke fucking Conan books, but he, you know, he's probably whatever the fuck. He's not doing that anymore, and he might not.
Well, I mean, look, you take the man's money, you make the man's comic.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And what really just bugged me was how Jason Aaron was constantly having to apologize.
Yeah, I think it was him that was doing the major woke ones. I think Zub was doing some of the cool little one-hit wonder. Like, there was one where he was a fucking vigilante king that I thought was fucking dope. Like, he would go out at night and wear like a skull fucking bandana like Batman, Conan would.
Oh, nice.
King. And it was drawn by fucking Zafino Jr. Oh, it was so fucking good, dude. I have it too. But he did say that he wrote the Conan crossover with Wonder Woman, which was with Gail Simone or whatever, and I actually liked it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Thought it was fun. I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, it's an Elseworlds thing, but it was still kind of cool. Right. You know, like where they kind of what if they grew up together and da-da-da-da-da. It's just out there, you know. But
that's interesting.
That's side questing on some shit, but.
No, that's cool. That's cool. You know, I love me some Conan. I love me some Robert E. Howard. When it comes to like a TV series, you know, I kind of wish that they would wait a couple of years.
2 more years.
2 more years.
Yep.
But as for the comic books, I'm glad. Like, one of the things that I thought was a little bit of a mistake with the Dark Horse run, the one that Kirk Busiek was writing, was the fact that they were telling his story chronologically. Right,
yep.
Which is a mistake because one of the things that's cool about the stories is that you just drop in at some point in Conan's life.
That's what they're saying too. Like, there's a multitude of reasons why they want to do that. One, that's how Howard did it. So a new reader could come in, and 2, it makes it more interesting. And the way that modern times is, like, people want to come in and again pick up a new. When can I start Conan? Whenever the fuck you want, because every issue is going to be, you know, different. And right. If you want, there's going to be that linear, like that little, you know, main story in the background. So we'll see how it goes. Like,
keep my fingers crossed. I mean, shit, I'll take some dope Conan comics for sure.
Yeah, totally. And get the free comic book day one, guys, if you're listening. That's reason to go to the comic store, and you know, we got to keep those guys in business as much as we possibly can, if you can, you know.
I would, except of course my 3 comic book stores in my area don't sell comic books. So
that's what I'm saying, dude. I went in there, I got Cryptidnals on there. That's like the only thing I got right now. So
man,
like, that ain't really nothing, dude. That's like fucking $250 a month, you know. It's like, because it comes out every month, so it's like $5 every 2 months, which is nothing, you know. Which I could do more, but there's just not really that many books I want, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the things I was looking forward to was going to the local comic book stores and saying, "Hey, there's this thing, the Cryptidnals. Like, you should check that out, and you know, can you pre-order that for me, et cetera, et cetera." And they don't sell comics anymore. It's all it's all Funko Pops, man. It's all fucking Funko Pops.
Yeah, it's no Funko, dude.
No, fuck. Oh god, and they're dumping them in fucking landfills now, which is
I've been hearing some bad shit about them.
Yeah,
no Funko type shit.
Yeah, and you know, I was like looking through like the Bloody Disgusting website. I was looking at some of the horror collectibles,
right?
And you know, they got some pretty cool Halloween figures there, like Star Wars variety, and of course the 4K City of the Living Dead. That's a pretty cool Goliath figure that they have there from Gargoyles. Yeah.
There's a new one out too. I think Vinny did a video about it like fucking maybe 6 months ago. I wanted to get it though, man. It looks badass. They had it for like $40. It's like the same one. I forgot it's something. Yeah, but it looks dope. They have a Demona one out now too, and I think Hudson, the elderly gargoyle. I don't know if you remember him. Voiced him. I fucking love that show.
Yeah. I know, I did too. I thought it was really brilliant. Oh yeah, but look at this. You can get a Blockbuster Funko Pop. Yay! Coming to a landfill near you.
Fuck.
God damn, man. Fucking hate those things. I can't wait until those are gone.
There's this YouTuber I watched, dude. He built a fucking Blockbuster in his garage.
Did he really?
Why? He's like, I miss going to Blockbuster. He's like, every Saturday night I like to go to the video store and like look around.
I don't. Blockbuster sucked. Blockbuster sucked.
It was cool. Like, how do I put it? Like, if you go in there, I don't know. It was cool sometimes, but it was mostly the coolest when you went there for the first time. If you're going to a video store for the first time because they might have new shit you've never seen before. Like, there's that little scuzzy fucking, video store over on across the tracks. Well, I haven't been to that one yet. Let's see what they got over there.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had a membership because I had a membership at like literally 8 different video stores.
Yeah,
because each one would have at least one movie that the other ones didn't have, and so I would get a membership just to rent that one movie.
Or they just have a better library. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Dude, I still have 2 in my town that have been around. They just never folded. They're still well, not in my town, but there's one in the town over, and then another one like maybe 10 blocks from my house. So
like little mom and pops.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude. That's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, I miss those, and that's one of the reasons I'm so anti blockhead video, nutbuster video is the fact that ballbuster video, yeah, was the fact that they put the mom and pops completely out of business because
they fucking Walmarted them.
Yeah, they really did. And I don't know. I guess the reason why that nostalgia is there because it's just 80s nostalgia.
Yeah,
but it's like. Okay, you can be nostalgic over the shit that was cool, but there's nothing cool about Blockbuster. I'm sorry, but whatever. I'm not gonna hate. People you want to buy a Blockbuster Funko Pop.
Funny,
go
dude.
ahead.
like the dude built this shit in his garage.
Had the Blockbusters that had the adult back room.
That was the other thing. That was the other thing. No porno section, man. Really? Mine didn't have it. Didn't have a
some did and some didn't.
They probably did, but I mean that's what kept
a doorway
video stores in
that
business.
had like beads hanging, right?
That's what
that would separate you from the next room where you could see everything in that. So little kids walking by and still see all that shit. Right?
I remember going in there the last video store like that stood their ground for him. Like, damn, how the fuck do you guys still stay in business? He's like, well, there's a fucking big old porn section over there. People keep going in there. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what started VHS. That's what started home video. Basically, the people don't understand this. The VCR was a device that you bought that allowed you to watch porn in your home.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's like all the early video releases. It was all either smut or horror.
Yep.
In other words, it was stuff that was like kind of forbidden.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, Hollywood wasn't putting their shit out on VHS because they're like, well, people are going to stop going to the movies. People are going to stop going to the theaters if they could just go to a video store and like watch our films. Idiots, And eventually they caught on, but of course, that's where the Italian filth came in. Was like they needed something to put on those shelves, and some wise individuals were like, well. You can't get Rambo, you can't get First Blood, but you can get Thunder Warrior, right?
Dude,
you can't get Jaws, you can get The Last Shark.
I was gonna tell you, I watched a movie with Ben Foster called Medieval the other night. I think it's on Hulu or something like that. It's got Michael Caine in it. It's fucking dope, and he uses a mason there, like because he's a little guy, and it's got these like David and Goliath undertones, and they got this big like French motherfucker like working for Matthew Good. Matthew Good's in there also from Watchmen. He's like a bad guy.
Nice.
And it's during the time when there was 2 popes during that medieval period,
Oh,
and
it's
got it's like an unpredictable movie too, but the gore in there, bro, the fucking gore in there, like he just fucking smacking people with his mace, you know what I mean? His little baby mace, he's little Ben Foster, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
what I liked about it is they went the fucking Season of the Witch / Prince of Thieves route, where some of the actors, they're just straight up American. And so when you're doing that, they're like, dude, they're just going like fucking full fuck you. I'm speaking English in this, but kind of like, you know, just a little more ballsy. You know what I mean? It kind of makes them look a little badass for some reason. You know what I mean? You see the night dude, he's like, we got to get this guy or we got to take him down. And like, just, he's not like, we got to get this guy and take him down. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It was just, and that's how kind of Foster went after it. There's a couple scenes in Prince of Thieves where Kevin Costner's in there and you see him doing a couple, you know, pardon me, sir, pardon me, I'm a blind man, you know, or truly hope so.
Call blimey, governor.
Just don't fucking do it. Just do. You know what I mean? It gives it more of like a cowboy feel to it. You know.
I agree. I agree. But then people get mad, right? Like for instance, I mean, like there was Valkyrie, the Tom Cruise movie about a plot to assassinate Hitler. Yeah. And people were complaining. They're like, "Well, why are the Germans speaking with British accents instead of German accents?" I'm like, "You fucking idiots." Their characters are presumably speaking German, but you're hearing it as English, so why would it be with a German accent? It would be Queen's English.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Or like, you know, you think
Season
of like
the Witch even, dude.
Regional accents, man.
Yeah, regional. Like Cage was saying when he did that with Perlman, he did Season of the Witch where they're coming back, they're Crusaders. I like that movie. It's pretty fun.
I did too.
You know, it has its problems, but it's still fucking dope. Christopher Lee.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I liked it.
I can't wait to watch it again. I have it on one of the fucking things. But anyways, he was like, yeah, we just speak in our regular fucking accents because they've done studies. They don't really know what the fuck anybody sounded like at that time.
Yes.
Because there was so many different races, like, you know what I mean? But they probably sounded more American than they did. Yeah.
Right. And you had northern accents. You had southern accents, you know, west, east, right? Yeah. Because it's like you go to modern day Europe and it's like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was cool about the movie. The fucking gore was dope. It was unpredictable. He's got his band of buddies. You know what I mean? The movie was still unpredictable. You're gonna fucking really like it. I'm not gonna say you're gonna love it, but I was like, damn, I want to fucking watch that again, dude. Like it was cool.
Check that out.
And it's about a real guy. And like, and you don't even. Sorry, but real quick, like you don't even get to see like the big shit he did later on in his life. They just kind of like, that's the end of the movie. Like this is the best fucking warlord and one of the best warlords in history. And the movie is just got his little band of guys doing a little mission, you know, fucking up, having a couple battles, but they're not doing anything substantial. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I liked it. It reminded me a lot of that movie, like Black Death. But I like.
Oh, which I love. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Bisley art and everything.
Yeah.
I like this one more.
Melvin, man.
I don't know. I sent him the link. So I told him he could feel free to hop in whenever. Oh, and the new season of From just started.
So and good or what? I never seen it.
I really like it a lot. I really like it a lot. But one of the things I wanted to show was in the last episode, spoiler alert, people, you get a real good look at the ghouls.
Ooh, okay. You got some ghouls in there. Huh?
Yeah. So, well, two of the characters are where the ghouls sleep.
Oh, okay.
They end up in their lair, which is like evidently it's like a rabbit warren underneath the town. And that's where Pops, you're going to say something?
To me.
I'm sorry?
It looks like Fallout ghouls to me.
A little bit, maybe.
What channel is this on?
You know, I don't know. I sail the high seas, so I couldn't tell you.
Have you seen From The Last of Us?
Nah.
Or The Last of Us? I haven't watched that shit either.
It sounded kind of woke, and I'm just like too used to being baited and switched and all that.
To me, it looked like fucking Resident Evil, dude. Like the one, like just a little bit updated, like with the CGI. Like, even the game looked like that too back in the day. I was just like,
see, I'm survival, I guess. I'm leery of everything. I'm leery of everything now. Is it gonna just make me turn it off? Am I gonna waste 3 episodes to find out the 4th episode went way off the rails? What?
Yeah, and then like ever since that full fucking Pedro Pascal or whatever the fuck,
that was
they fired Gina. I've noticed everything he's done after that. Like it was like fucking some Trump villain and fucking Wonder Woman, and this shit looks stupid as fuck. And then there's this show. It looks fucking kind of lame, so I just don't even trust it. And I like that first season of Mandalorian, and he was cool, like in fucking.
Oh, the first 2 seasons.
You know what I mean?
He's a really good actor, and he's really good in that. The unbearable weight of tremendous talent with Nicolas Cage. There's a scene in that where they're both tripping balls on acid, and they just look at each other, and it's the look that he gives Nicolas Cage is priceless. Like, had me dying. Yeah, really fucking funny. So, yeah, well, I mean, look, I thought the first two seasons of The Mandalorian were fantastic. The best Star Wars since Empire, in my opinion. And 3 just immediately went off the rails and then ended up being, the Bo-Katan story. You know, I mean, at the end of one episode where she gets the dark saber, the only thing that was missing from that final image of her holding the dark saber would have been Din Djarin just fucking kneeling at her feet. Yeah, you know, groveling at her like sucking on her toes or something.
Season 2 was pretty dope. I like the fucking
awesome
Cad Bane, the fucking villain at the end, the Western dude, the cowboy.
Man, it was great.
Dope as fuck. Look, I haven't seen season
3. I like Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan better.
Oh, she's great. Yeah. It's not her fault.
Longmire.
Better than I like Dude as Mandalorian. I'm saying she is a better fit to that part than he is.
Well, look, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? This isn't her fault. I don't blame her.
Yeah. And she plays that part perfectly. She's a perfect fit to that part.
She's a good Mandalorian.
The one that's lacking.
Right. But when she gets into a fight with another guy, a male Mandalorian, and you're like, that guy doesn't stand a chance. Why? Because she's a chick. So, of course, she's going to wipe the fucking floor with them.
Yeah.
Because 90-pound women can beat the fuck out of, like, 250-pound men. Just twist them into pretzels.
Like the Hulk, like the super strength.
You're just so used to it now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Oh, for totally sure.
It's just like, how about have her lose the fight and then like, oh my God, we're surprised. But you can't do that because, of course, Star Trek's all fucking woke now. And sure enough, the new Star Wars movies that they're making are all going to be about Rey, right? Oh, yeah. They're bringing back this character that nobody wants to see more of. And there's an animated series that they're releasing, and the hero of each and every one of those episodes, because they're all individual stories, every single hero in every single episode is a chick. No male heroes. Done. Gone.
Not realistic, dude. There needs to be like needs to be a good blend. You know what I mean? Not too not an unrealistic blend, but a fucking blend. You know what I mean?
Well, look, it's fantasy, so
I don't know.
And the thing,
something, dude.
Right, and the thing is, that's what I loved about Gina. Right, is I would still take if you had like a brick house like her versus like a pretty weak looking male, I would still put my money on the male.
Yeah.
Right? But at least she looks like she could whip some ass.
Yeah. Like,
do you know what I'm saying?
Brano, I'd run away from her.
Actually, she can whip some ass. Wouldn't she?
I know. She was but she wasn't fighting dudes. This is before they allowed dudes to fight chicks. No, in which case she would have gotten her skull cracked.
I'm just saying she can fight. It's not
like
she probably twists some little dudes up into a pretzel and choke them out.
My point is that if you show her doing that, you're not going to be like, oh, give me a break. You're going to be like, it's like, hell yeah. And
you understand more interesting. And if she gets beat down, it's going to make it more. It's going to make it more of a badass.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We want to see the hero get fucked up and come back. You know what
I
mean? Otherwise, you're just watching fucking air. You're just watching like nothing, emptiness, void of no soul.
Right.
It's soulless. Like, I wouldn't even call it entertainment. There's no point, Sorry.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Cringe out.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So once that episode came along, I was out.
Yeah, I canceled Disney Plus like a year ago, I think, something like that.
I did think it was funny though that she didn't get the sword from him.
Mm-hmm.
Something else took the sword from him, and then she beat the spider thing or whatever the fuck it was, and then she got the sword.
Right. Which was kind of like a.
Everybody knew she wasn't going to beat him and get the sword.
Well, that was the only thing that surprised me, was that because that she could whip his ass, right?
But see, they didn't give you that implication, or she would have challenged him and took it.
Well, no, but I'm talking about season 3. I mean, like nobody can beat her, and certainly you can't have a male beating a woman. right? That's
he
just
didn't
completely.
challenge her to take it back. They did judge that it's hers because he lost it.
I know, it's so stupid.
But she didn't take it from him, and then he didn't challenge her to take it back.
Right, and he wanted to get rid of it too, because remember he wanted to give it to her he was like, "Here, take it," at the end of the second season, right? And then Moff Gideon was like, "Nah, no, it could only be one in combat." So I mean, look, The Mandalorian, it's just like that's okay. We had 2 really awesome seasons. They're
good.
Self-contained.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Even the first one's good enough,
Right. And the arc is over.
Right.
It wrapped up with the last season. But, they
lost me with the Vespas, dude. With the Power Ranger Vespas. They lost me in a long time ago.
That was in the stupid Boba Fett series.
Yeah, but I mean, they just
that was trash. That was trash.
I didn't have to go any farther than that. Anything else after that was like, oh, I'm catching clips of it here and there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. They lost me on. Come on, the Power Ranger Vespas. They lost me then, dude.
Oh, that wasn't. I didn't think that was that bad. That wasn't enough to get me tuned out. What got me tuned out was just the fucking fact that the Boba Fett series just sucked ass.
With all the cool air speeders that they have. And the speeder bikes and all the cool shit they have in Star Wars, and they rolled up in those different color. Come on, man, scooters.
That shit was
stupid. No, it was stupid. It was stupid, but it wasn't it wasn't as cringe. It didn't bug me the way it bugged a lot of other people. But then again, at that point, I was so disinvested.
That's what I mean. That was my last. I was disinvested. That was the one that made me go, "Oh, come on, guys!"
Right, and
who's directing this shit?
Dianated Die says that Saber got destroyed, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they fucking destroyed the thing. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just fucking trash, and we would like to hopefully to see things that aren't trash in the future, but I don't trust anything. It's all bait and switch.
Mario was good. If you guys like. That one was pretty good,
and you can take your kids.
Some people are complaining that they're like, "Oh, fucking Princess Toad or whatever. She's too like badass." I'm like, no, she's exactly the same she was in the game. She does all the same moves. She shows Mario what to do because he's from fucking Brooklyn. She's like, "This is how you do it." And she's been living there for fucking 20 years, so she's mastered the world. So she does all the fucking moves she does in the game, and he learns how to do it in like 2 or 3 days, and he becomes a badass motherfucker, But a lot of people were just like complaining about her, like doing like, dude, why are you complaining? I mean, I know when shit's woke,
because they're just looking. They're just
not looking for woke shit all the time. If it's not there, dog, you're fucking looking for it. It's not, she's just being.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, it was good.
In
everybody loves it.
Just Seth Rogen. That was my only thing. Like, recast that motherfucker. He's just in too many movies. I don't want him to. He don't need to be Donkey Kong too, dog. Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't got to do Donkey Kong and Ninja Turtles and just. I just get sick of that motherfucker.
I know, but Hollywood loves him, so they're gonna cram him. They're gonna cram him into everything.
Get in there.
Yep.
Get in that movie real quick.
Yeah, man. So tonight's movie.
Hi, Brian.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Could you say it again? I can't hear you.
I'm trying to get Rocky to say hi. What's up,
Rocky? Hi, Rock.
There you go. You got a little bit.
Rockalicious.
You got anything else to say, dude?
Ow.
Oh, he sneezed at us.
Oh, he huffed.
Oh, that's better. All right. He's over there talking. He's way over there.
Chatty, man. Chatty dogs.
Quit looking at my plate. Yeah, he just come down here to look at my plate.
Oh, so he didn't leave anything for me?
Oh, he knows there's still food on it. That's why he's down here. See?
Right.
But it's up really high, and he'll walk through the room with his nose in the air, dude, because he knows it's up somewhere high and he can't find it.
Yeah.
On top of the filing cabinets. He can't see it, but he can smell it.
Okay, gotcha. So the Abominable Dr. Phibes. This is from 1971. Oh man, this is
Brian,
is a movie.
Were you born in 1971?
I was born in 68.
Okay, cool. My little brother was born in 68. Okay, so I got you about 5 years. So I was 8, you were 3 when this movie came out.
Yep.
And Matt, sorry, bro.
Yeah, what?
This one came out.
Right?
Yep. Hey, it may have been on his previous life. You never know.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
But anyway, classic movie. It's one of those pictures. Oh, Timothy Olsen's here. What up,
Go.
Timothy?
Sorry.
What's up, Tim?
I'm adding him, and then fucking Pops doing the same thing at the same time. Sorry about that.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Come on now. Come on now.
What
up
up
there? He's the guest. All right, there you go.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Timothy, thanks you for joining us, dude.
Yep. Now, I've seen this movie before. I just I was watching it a little bit on YouTube today.
Yeah, there's a beautiful copy.
This?
I'm sorry?
Timothy, you chose this movie?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a real good one. Vincent Price, What's Not to Love?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm like, man, this is, as I was just saying, a pretty freaking old movie. So was this, like, in my case, it was something that probably my stepdad was watching and we were trying to sneak around to watch, behind his back or whatever,
Yeah.
Right. How did you come across it?
It was on AMC's, during Halloween, AMC would show nothing but horror movies all day.
Yeah.
And so I saw that and I'm like, that's a pretty damn good flick.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a little bit of like Phantom of the Opera, kind of a little bit. And then like the weird thing about like the 10 plagues of Egypt or something. Like,
yeah.
It's so out there. It's like, why the hell not?
Yeah, Robert Fruist was a guy who started out as a painter. Actually, it was like a painter and I think a photographer. And there's definitely kind of like a painterly approach to his filmmaking, and the set design, of course, is just completely out of this world.
Right?
It is.
Isn't that cool? I mean, just look at that.
Another good one that's kind of like this is the one where he was like, I think he was like some kind of like Shakespearean actor.
Theater of Blood.
Yes, and he was like killing everybody in the style of all these Shakespeare plays. It's kind of the same premise as Dr. Phibes, kind of.
It is, yeah. And except he was killing critics instead of doctors.
I'd have to say Phibes is just a little bit better than Theater of Blood, but
it has so much more personality. And I mean, there's so many cool little visual gags. For those that aren't familiar with the Dr. Phibes duology, basically they're about a guy whose wife is played in this by Caroline Munro, whom we remember from Maniac and Star Crash and a bunch of other great movies. She was also one of the Bond girls. She was in The Spy Who Loved Me. Just stunning, gorgeous woman. But anyway, Dr. Phibes' wife dies because of a botched surgery, evidently, to save her life. And then her husband, Dr. Phibes, dies in a car crash, but somehow he manages to preserve himself or bring himself back. It's like he comes back from the dead to avenge his wife. But there are all these bizarre little touches. Like here, like this dais here that has not only an organ, right, that he's playing, Phantom of the Opera style. He also has like a little wind-up band.
A bunch of automatons, right?
Yeah, like a glockenspiel.
A bunch of cogs and gears that you don't really see, but you know they're inside of them working, right?
Yep. And I mean, just the opening of this is so great.
Yeah, it's pretty far out, dude.
Extremely. It's very 60s, isn't it?
Yes. Go ahead.
I want a wind-up band.
Oh, I'd like one too. But I mean, some of like the visual gags in this, for instance, when he gets into his car and he rolls up the window and there's a painting,
right,
of him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, some of the kills were pretty goofy too.
Oh, extremely. This is definitely a campy movie. I wouldn't call it I mean, look, I suppose if you were a kid, there'd be some stuff in this that would maybe freak you out.
Yeah.
It
A
was
little bit.
hilarious. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
right.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's meant to be fun.
Yeah,
It's-
even when I was a kid, it was fun. But all Vincent Price movies were fun when I was a kid.
Oh, they're all fun, but
You know?
that doesn't mean that they're not played straight. Like this isn't played straight. This is very campy.
Yeah.
You know, in the best way possible.
I will say he's a better Batman villain than Egghead. And this
Oh,
character
that's
would
for
be, he would be
damn sure.
he would be a good Batman villain, I would say. I mean, I don't think
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got a
for
chance,
sure.
but even more, you know, because he's got all the death traps and you know what I'm talking, like kind of like
Yes.
the way Riddler or Joker does. I'm just thinking that I love movies like that. I mean, well, you know, like Maleficent and Malignant.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Look, Vincent Price completely won me over when he did the voiceover for the Black Widow on Welcome to My Nightmare.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, the man is a legend and an icon in so many ways. The first kill is the plague of bats, right?
Yeah, dude.
So homeboy here is just like napping in bed, and then suddenly the skylight opens, and this cage is lowered in, and then it's brought back up with the trapdoor open.
I don't know if this was intentionally funny, but that scene where they're gonna wheel him out, and he gets like,
Yeah.
"No, cover him up. Don't let people see him that way." I'm like, wait, he just has red. His face wasn't really that badly messed up.
You could be rest assured everything in this movie that's funny is meant to be funny for sure.
Okay. I just thought it's like, dude, his face wasn't that badly messed up. He just put a little red.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's funny here is homeboy wakes up and he sees like a flying fox crawling on him, right? Because these are not only not vampire bats, these are fruit bats.
Mm.
And they're actually, if you've ever seen one of these things up close, they're actually really, really cute. Like they're adorable. They're like
little puppies, kind of.
Yeah, they do. And there was a guy at the Chiller convention who is like a bat wrangler who has like a bunch of these critters. And at every convention, like they always have like a little space where you can go in and like check out his bats. And they're cute. They're cute as hell. There's like a video on YouTube of like a bunch of these little critters, like baby flying foxes, like all swaddled with like little.
They have big ones too, right?
Oh, they're gigantic.
They have gigantic ones. They're like, I think there's one that was like 3 feet. Just the body alone was like 3 feet long. I've seen online.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Right there. It's like,
yeah.
His face is really messed up. Oh my god.
Right. And then of course it's just like, well, you could forgive all this stuff because this is a film that's not taking itself seriously at all. And it is so damn stylish.
Yeah, very much so.
I think that isn't that kind of the charm of Vincent Price's career, is that all the movies he did, it was really not something he didn't take seriously, or
Well, I think he was definitely taking them like the Roger Corman movies. He was definitely taking those seriously, because one of the things about Vincent Price was he was a notorious ham. That is to say that he wasn't like somebody like Anthony Hopkins is somebody that gives hammy performances, but he gives them on purpose, right? He's doing it for effect. He's having fun, that sort of a thing. The director of it was Michael Reeves, who directed him in Witchfinder General, and he kept telling Price or asking Price, like, dude, turn it down. It's like you're at 11. Turn it down to about like a 7 or a 6. He constantly had to like get him to like reel in his performance, and finally, Price just got mad and said, like, I've done over 100 films, young man. What have you done? And Reeves said, 2 good ones.
Oh.
And Price just died laughing. Like he just cracked up and he was just like, okay, all right, done, son. Okay, we'll do it your way. And in my opinion, gave the performance of his career.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing this. I think what I meant to say is that he did these movies not because he liked them, because he knew the kids liked them.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking.
Well, also when he was making these films, this was like a resurgence of his career. He had never been much of a leading man. I mean, he had been in a couple of leading roles, like Return of the Fly, The Invisible Agent. You know, he played the Invisible Man in a couple of the Universal Monsters sequels. He was in, of course, the Ten Commandments in a relatively small role. And when he was getting cast in the Roger Corman movies, I mean, his career had been over for a while, and it completely rejuvenated his career. And that's when he became the horror guy.
Yeah.
And for the rest of his life was the horror guy, and was always very charitable. Was involved in a charity to bring the fine arts to the ghettos, right? To get to make art that was considered basically for the ruling class accessible to people in the ghetto. And I think he had a cookbook. He did a lot of stuff, man. He did a lot of stuff. And then, of course, because of the Edgar Allan Poe movies, became very much associated with Poe, and did live theater readings and recordings, and and then he just kind of disappeared for a while. And then, of course, he had that wonderful cameo in Edward Scissorhands. And that was his last film. He actually, I think, passed away before that even came out.
Really? Because I thought his last film was in 1988. It was like an anthology film or something.
The Offspring, also known as From a Whisper to a Scream. Yes. Yeah. But whatchamacallit? Edward Scissorhands was, I think, 89 or 90.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, it wasn't 89. It was 90 because Batman
90 or
was
91.
in 89.
It was the second movie after or the first movie after Batman.
So I'm assuming the film I'm talking about probably was his last film that he was featured in, and not a big part.
Yes. Yeah. And I didn't think much of it when I saw it, but it's since gotten like a very good reputation.
That's Cecil?
No,
that's... Yeah. Isn't that trap kind of remind you of something you would see in the movie? I don't know, Saw.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a Batman villain, dude. Like in Saw's a Batman villain. Like we're always talking about like movies.
Death traps, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And the bats are in here.
Sneaking up behind Ethan. That's what I saw.
I like that. I like that first art piece that you showed too. That painting that was badass, dude. Looks like something like Eric Powell would paint, probably. It's like in the beginning of the stream. I always love that one right there. Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I love it. I love the bat flying around the fruit bats, and then you see his like true form. That
you know what that is right there? That's what Johnny Ringo would have looked like if he'd have grown old.
Yeah, quite possibly. This was the image, and this never happens in the movie, but this was the image that you always saw in Famous Monsters of Filmland. Like all of my monster magazines had this image.
I love the music take. Like he's using everything with acoustics to kind of power his voice and to project his voice. There's something so fucking. It's just so fucking metal, dude. I mean, they don't play metal in the movie, but I mean, it is. Like I could see a remake done in that fashion, you know. Just like I love that how he communicates via like, you know, the sound boxes. And I didn't even notice all the ones that they had up in his head right there. I just from the
I mean those are added to make make it look a little goofier.
I think it looks cooler actually, like because he's using more of different things for music. Like he was saying how he used music to basically like for tuning and whatnot.
To modulate his voice,
and maybe even the vibrations or something. I don't know. Maybe brought him back, you know, because they don't really go into that, you know, what tech he's using. I mean, he's using gears and cogs probably for his automaton band, But I find all that fascinating. That's the type of shit I'm thinking about when I'm watching it.
Clockwork Wizards.
And the clockworks, yeah.
Yeah. And one thing's for sure, any technology that he's using is something that he invented, something that he created. And so, like, when we're meeting him in this scene, we see him, like, there's that saying with women when they're putting on their makeup, they're putting their face on.
Yeah.
He's literally putting his face on.
He's literally putting his face on.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to end the way it did, too. It was pretty cool.
Oh, when you finally when you see what he really looks like.
Look, it's Cecil attacking Ethan from behind.
He puts this frog mask on this guy, and then you see that it has this little latch on it, and it starts tightening until it pretty much cuts this guy's head off.
Honestly, it's not scary, but it's kind of creepy.
For sure.
You can kind of imagine that around your neck.
And they actually did that in the Batman movie. What was a bomb they put on his neck? The one with was it Skarsgård? Peter Skarsgård? He's not in the family, but he was like the fucking mayor or the DA in the movie. And the Riddler like comes up behind him in his car and clicks the shit on his neck. Did you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
It was a bomb though. It wasn't a. This is a different type of saw.
The one murder in the Fives movies, I always thought, like, the one that really gave me the heebie-jeebies was this guy who goes to bed. This is in the sequel, and turns out that like Fives has turned his bed into like a nutcracker, and it just fucking folds him up and just fucking squishes him, just fucking folds him up like an accordion.
For me, it's that one with the nurse, dude. I mean, in this movie, because I haven't seen the other ones, but I'm gonna have to check them out when I can. But just
there's only one sequel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting enough, the opening song for American Psycho, that Misfits album, is called "The Abominable Dr. Phibes Rises Again."
Yes, indeed. I like that record a lot.
That is a good record.
Yeah, and Michael Graves was a really good vocalist for that band because he wasn't trying to sound like Glenn Danzig.
Oh no, yeah, it's always good when they do that, Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was pretty good, pretty interesting to see a different kind of spin on the Misfits.
Yeah, for sure. And some of those songs are really good. Now here we have Terry Thomas. You might recognize him from he was in a bunch of movies in the 60s.
This motherfucker's funny right here.
I swear to God, I've seen him in other films before. Yeah.
He's in Danger Diabolic.
Yes.
Yes.
The last movie they watched on the original run of Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
2000.
Yes. And I remember thinking that Mystery Science Theater was over because they were actually starting to do good movies. It's just like, it's like they've run out of trash. It's like, really? Now they're going after my man Mario? Oh, hell no. And for those of you that haven't seen it, Danger Diabolic is based on an Italian fumetti, an Italian comic book. That's not about a superhero; it's about a supervillain. And the movie, of course, way ahead of its time. And that is actually a comic book I don't think that's ever been translated into English, because I know I've looked for it. And hoping one of these days we'll get a English translation of those comics, because the movie is dope. One of the things I find that's really funny about this scene is that Dr. Phibes and his mute assistant, what's her name again? It's I don't want to mangle it, because if I mangle it, I'll mangle it in Volnavia. Right? Is that her name? Yeah, Volnavia.
So, yeah. I think the funniest part is when he's about to leave and he kind of comes back in and looks at the painting and then looks at the and walks out.
Yes.
As if to say, really, dude?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like Terry Thomas is struggling with him, and he loses the pendant he has around his neck, which has a character that's in Hebrew that signifies the biblical plagues. And so the detectives who are on the case go to meet with Joseph Cotton, who probably most famous for his role in The Third Man, classic film noir. But yeah, there's a great moment here where it's like he's drained Terry Thomas of blood, and then he leaves the frame, and the camera is just stuck on this painting, and he comes back in and looks at it, and then looks at Terry Thomas and is just like, "Really, dude?" Like, it's not enough that he's just murdered him. He's just like, oh, you have
God,
abominable taste. Yes.
Now he wants to murder him again.
Yeah.
He puts the blood back in so he can kill him a second time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, no, that's one of my favorite gags in this in this picture. So of course the detective goes to try to, he has finally a clue, because we haven't put together yet who is killing these doctors and why. But he takes it to a jeweler who the guy who actually made the things, but he doesn't know anything about the Hebrew characters. So then, of course, who does the detective go to? He goes to a rabbi, and he's the one that lays down the story of the biblical plagues. And boils, bats,
Locusts,
frogs.
Oh yeah, there was a murder prior to the first one where they mentioned a similar incident, but with boils, with bees, and that he was just covered with boils.
Right. Yeah. So it's the 10 biblical curses, and so then the detective was wondering what order are they in, because that way he can figure out hopefully what's going to be next. And then the rabbi's telling him, well, Talmudic scholars, we've been debating this shit for generations. But he believes that, and of course, then there's the death of the firstborn.
Yeah.
Which comes into, and then finally of darkness. So then Volnavia is like hanging out with a pooch.
The pooch that's licking his nose right where that clip is. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Makes it look all deformed and shit, but it's just licking his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Phibes knocks out the chauffeur with like the Vulcan death pinch. The Vulcan
doesn't he kill him? I thought he killed him.
I think he just knocked him out. Although Dr. Phibes, isn't above killing innocents. Certainly in the sequel, but I think of this one, he's mostly just going after the people who he feels killed his wife. Right. Although then he puts Joseph Cotton's son in mortal peril.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the curse of Hale, I think it is.
Yeah, he kills him with the most ridiculous looking device ever.
Right out of like the Batman TV series.
Yeah, straight up Mr. Freeze right there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Egghead was a terrible villain.
Well, I mean,
Egghead.
That whole Batman series was taking the piss out of itself. It wasn't taking itself seriously.
Oh no, not at all. As a kid, I hated it because of that.
Yeah,
right? Because that's the sort of thing. It's like when you're a kid, it pisses you off. When you're an adult, you get all the dirty jokes.
Right.
And there, of course, is the lovely Caroline Munro, who only appears in this as a corpse.
She was in another big horror movie we covered too, dude.
Maniac.
All right, that's what it was.
Going to the showdown, where Joe Spinelli shows up, and she's not like
right.
ah. She's
right.
he was like, I want to take you to dinner. And she's like, yeah, okay. And it's just, what? Like, what universe is this? This is suddenly a science fiction movie. This is like a hard fantasy. But yeah, she was stunning. And Phibes is mourning her and letting her.
You kind of wish they would have done more than just 2 films. That's...
Yeah, this should have been a bigger franchise, but I think the sequel was insufficient. I think it was really inferior to this, although I think the ending to the sequel is amazing and better than the ending to this. Look, I mean, I could have watched 4 or 5 of these easy.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool character, dude.
It's a very
made
cool
me
character.
think of that movie Wild Wild West with but I don't know.
or the TV
the
series.
character that Ted Levine plays in there. He's like that general or whatever. He does like hawks a loogie, and he has that little like earpiece where he like pours it out of the side of his head. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never seen it.
You never seen the movie? Well, Ted Levine from Ted Levine, right? From Silence of the
Yeah.
Lambs.
Oh yeah,
Great actor. He's in that movie. He's like about to hawk a loogie, and he's got this little the piece that's on a fucking record player where the sound comes out that Phoebes has. He has one of those attached to his neck. He's missing his ear. He just pours it out. It's fucking gross, dude.
Oh,
I just thought of that too. Like, oh damn, they probably
right
from this.
Right, where he's having a drink. He's having a little champagne with Volnavia, and then he takes the drink and he pours it into his neck.
Yeah.
He just kind of goes.
Can't imagine a guy like that walking into a bar. Hold on, I need to get a. You got a Coors. Just kind of sticks the bottle in his neck.
And what's funny too in this is that Vincent Price doesn't say a word in this movie that isn't dubbed. That is to say, during principal photography, he never even really moves his lips. He's just like sort of moving his throat.
Right.
And Joseph Cotton was like butthurt because he's just like, God damn it, I have to like learn all these lines. I have to memorize these lines. You don't have to memorize any of this shit. And and Price said, but I have. And he was like well known for his incredible memory. So if he was like doing a play or a movie, if his co-star got lost for whatever reason, he would like feed them the next line.
That's a gift, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. By all accounts, a gentleman. One of those dudes like you just never heard like really a bad thing about. And then of course he has this curious ritual. He has like these wax busts of all
every time
surgeons.
he kills somebody, he puts the thing around the neck and lights it on fire.
Quite the character, man.
Right?
Don't you love that?
Just the production design. Oh, there's Caroline.
Yeah.
Oh,
The design in here is dope. I love the set design.
Right? Isn't it? I mean, it's just a wonderful movie to look at. It's consistently visually interesting.
Yeah, I love that. Like to me, I think that's like a big thing for me. Like for movies, I think all movies should have that. At least if it's like dealing with like the shit that we're mostly into, you know?
Yes.
I mean, if it's like a rom-com or whatever the fuck, which I don't really waste time with too much.
No, me neither.
I'm more into stuff like big sets and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, man.
I think this is the most ridiculous one of the kills is the one with the locusts.
You see, I would have said the bats, but that's because they're fruit bats, right? But then again, in the story, they're vampire bats, so that's okay. One of the things that's funny, like here, the guy who's a pilot gets like attacked by rats while he's flying, is getting like munched on, eaten alive by rats in midair. Now you'll notice that the rat here is like looking kind of pale. Yeah. That is because this happens a lot. You'll see a lot of rats in these movies that are obviously lab rats, right? Because they have the red eyes.
Yeah.
And what they do is they dye their fur to make them look like, like sewer rats or something. But rats are actually very, very clean animals. So they end up cleaning themselves and licking off all the dye. And then so that they end up being this color. You see the red eyes there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I actually think rats are cute, but then again, that's me. And then we have the plague of locusts.
What was that green stuff that he was pouring on her? What was that?
Some kind of nectar, I think. Right? Because he basically wanted them to like eat her face.
Right.
Right? Because I don't have a screenshot of it here, but we end up seeing like her face is like completely just like devoid of flesh.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, they're all very theatrical homicides, right? And this is a very theatrical villain with a very theatrical lair. And everything about it is larger than life and theatrical.
That's probably why the movies are so cool.
So how did he recruit her? Like that was like he just got her somehow, right?
Never explained.
They mentioned
right?
Well, they don't mention, but they mentioned that she's the one that got his estate or something. Or
That's right. So he must have known her.
She went to where the money was being kept and withdrew it all or something.
Right. Right. So she's
Miller
the
Bright.
thing is, she can't tell us anything about her, of course, because she's mute.
Right.
Mm.
And then he has another assistant in the sequel, and she's mute as well.
He's got all
Was he put out an ad or something? Must be mute.
must be mute.
Yeah, it's just like, I want you to be, I want to look at you. I don't want to hear you. Like
He must be. I must not never be able to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Exactly. I'm the one who does the talking here.
And I barely move my mouth.
Right. Yeah, like here he says he's saying like, right, after I was told after my crash that I would never speak again. The doctors were of course wrong. For as you can see and can hear, I have used my knowledge of music and acoustics to recreate my voice. Let's take a look at the trailer for this, actually, because I do believe we do have that handy. And then Timothy, we got to take a look at Melvin, of course.
Melvin number 3, yes.
Melvin number 3. And let me see. Here is the original theatrical trailer. Check it out. By the way, this animation here is by Terry Gilliam.
Oh, no shit.
Of Monty Python fame.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he also did the opening animated credits for another Vincent Price movie called Cry of the Banshee.
Huh.
And what's so fucking funny about that is that there's nothing comical about that animated opening, except for the fact that you see that it's Terry Gilliam, and so you immediately associate it with Monty Python, and so you just start cracking up.
What lovely music for
a See that? That's classic Terry Gilliam right there.
Murder. Or 2, or 3, or 9. Who's this? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet a dear
9
friend.
times 9.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, they were hungry.
Oh yeah, man. This was also one of the images that you would see in my old monster magazines, like Famous Monsters of Filmland. They always had like some Dr. Phibes stuff in there.
9 killed you. 9 shall die.
Your wife, no, Phibes. But you I will kill.
But you can't, Doctor.
Ain't no killing what's already dead.
I am already dead.
Oh yeah. The guy that gets nailed with the unicorn head. I forgot about that. And then they have to like unscrew him. And you see like this is like in a gentleman's club, and there's a guy, like a stodgy old British gentleman that's like sitting there reading a newspaper, and you just see the guy's feet kind of like moving by because they have to like turn him like clockwise to like unscrew him from the wall.
Here, how are we gonna get him off this? You take his head, and I'll take his feet. Let's unscrew him.
And then, of course, you have to have an unmasking scene. You know, the Phantom of the Opera always... We all want to know what's under the Phantom of the Opera's mask.
Dr. Phibes, who samples the finer things of life.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a guy who likes his champagne and likes his music and likes his beautiful women, for sure. Yeah, I mean, for a dead dude, he's definitely living a high style.
In his own inimitable way.
Yeah, there he is, pouring the drink into his neck.
And experiments with fascinating instruments of death.
The what, sir? The guitar. The 10 curses visited upon the pharaohs before Exodus.
Right. Which, if you've seen the Ten Commandments, or if you've read the Bible, one or the other.
I go to church.
Shall die 9 eternities in doom.
Yeah, I've actually, you know what? It's interesting. I've never been to church once in my life, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm like religious. I kind of like to refer to churches as atheist factories. At least I know a lot.
Okay.
At least that's my experience.
Bills of bats.
Aw, look at that. I mean, I'm sorry, man. They're cute. They're cute as a button. You know, I mean, look, I'm not saying I wouldn't freak out if I woke up and a fruit bat was like lying on my chest. But if I was expecting it, certainly I'd be like, oh, hey, what are you doing?
Frogs? Frogs, yes. And because of blood. Curse of hail in the bloody middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And then, of course, the rats. Yeah. All very theatrical murders done in high style. Let's say that Dr. Phibes is a maniacal killer with panache.
Are you ready for Dr. Phibes?
Yeah, and here it's just called Dr. Phibes, which is interesting because the full title is actually The Abominable Dr. Phibes. Although I think there's also a cut of this out there called The Abominable Mr. Phibes for some reason.
Probably the most terrifying motion picture you'll ever see.
Terrifying? No. Fun to watch? Yes.
Yes, I know. I'm just like terrifying? Really, dude? Yeah, not quite. Yeah, no, this is not a movie that you go to if you want to be terrorized.
Right.
You know, this is not the kind of film that's going to leave you shook. This is a movie that you go to for a good time.
Yeah, a good entertainment horror film, you know?
Yeah.
It's a well-written character, though.
Oh, it's such a great character. And, I don't. I think at one point there were plans for like a remake or something like that. I mean, to me, it's just like, yeah, exactly.
Leave it alone.
I know. That's my attitude. That's my attitude too. Come up with something original, because one thing's for sure: this movie is nothing if not original.
Right.
Well, Hollywood is like all tapped out of ideas. They kind of have to rehash everything to death. They don't want to take a chance on anything.
Well, that's the point of the remakes, is they're like, well, it was successful before, and people don't watch movies that are more than like 5 years old, right?
Right.
I mean, your average millennial or your average Zoomer these days, they've never, to them, it's like history starts with World War II and cinema starts with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the oldest movie that you could possibly get them to watch, would be the original Star Wars. They're certainly not watching anything like this. At least, I mean, aside from the people that, aren't basic, and the people that are curious, who now, of course, have...
there has to be some weirdo somewhere that likes stuff they don't like.
Oh, for sure. There always are. And what's great is now this shit's more accessible than it's ever been. So it's not like guys like me, where it's just like you'd read about a lot of these movies, but you couldn't necessarily find them. Now you can find anything, and very often you can find it online. I mean, this is on YouTube.
Yeah, yep. That's what I. Right? That's where I was watching it.
Yep. And everybody, if you want to check this out, link is below in the description. So go check out the abominable Dr. Phibes. But
do
before
yourself
we get
a favor.
Yes, for sure. But before we get back into this, Timothy, do you want to share your link for Melvin?
Sure. I'll have to also share the link to the sign up page, because for some reason, when it was embedded into the campaign page, it wouldn't work very well.
Oh, that's
like it was fixed and then it stopped working again. So let me copy that, and I'll put that in the private, so you can.
Okay, very, very, very cool. Because we meant to have you on before,
Yes.
I felt horrible about that because I was like, hey, we're ready to have you on, and just like, yeah, my campaign is over, mofo, and I was like, shit. So glad to have an opportunity to rectify that situation.
Yeah. Well, in this case, the new campaign doesn't launch until July 29th, but the sign up page is very active.
Excellent. Yeah, people, I'm dropping the link in the chat, and we'll take a quick look at that. And then, of course, you're always welcome to come back on once the campaign is active.
Yes. The thing I like about my comic is like it hasn't launched yet, but you can see what the campaign has to offer ahead of time.
Right.
So hopefully they keep it that way, because how many times have you seen like a sign up page and like, well, I don't know what kind of tiers they're going to have.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, my big problem is clicking the follow button on Indiegogo, because then I end up thinking that I back things that I didn't back.
Right.
And then there's always that awkward moment where I hit up the creator. I'm like, hey, where's my copy? And they're just like, oh, yeah, well, it would have helped if you backed it. And I'm like, shit.
See, this solved everything. It's like a simple fix right here.
Right. Wait, why am I not seeing that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, folks. So, Fund My Comic, of course. I think I already signed up for this.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny story about Melvin too, and this is somebody had actually backed one of the tiers. I won't say who, and he didn't remember because he was drunk. and he didn't even remember. Like way after the fact, he said, "Yeah, I guess I backed it. I don't even remember."
Oh wow, folks! Never crowdfund and drink at the same time.
Yeah,
don't go shopping for indie comics and
don't
drink.
Drunk shop. No matter what you're buying, don't drunk shop. You might find yourself owning a yacht you didn't buy.
Exactly.
Oh my
God. I thought it's the funniest story ever.
Oh man, I have a friend that has bipolar disorder, and she had like was in a manic phase and bought a house.
What?
And yeah, and she ended up being able to flip it and make a profit.
Oh,
but
thank God.
Yeah, thank God, because she was just like, yeah, I think I'll buy a house I don't need. But that's the thing, that's mania, like friends of mine who have bipolar disorder, they say like when they're candid, they're like, oh man, my manic phases have been awesome, but then of course they also end up getting them into like deep shit sometimes.
No.
Yeah, man. Do you want to share any images and anything else? And also tell us about the book too. Tell people why they should sign up for this and what your book's about.
Well, there's going to be a lot of good things revealed. The first part of the big part of the book is it's pretty much one big chase scene where they're being pursued by a couple of bounty hunters. You get to see one of Melvin's abilities that wasn't mentioned in the first two issues. Every time I write a story, I'm discovering something myself about my own character.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's why I think having doing a series is so important. Like a guy like me, my ideas seem so bigger in my head that I can't explain them right away unless I've already written them.
Right.
So, like in the first issue, we find out Melvin's got super strength, right, and a great combat sense. And then, like in Melvin 3, we find out, I don't know, that he can regrow body parts.
Oh, that's convenient.
Like total freaking Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
In fact, he loses his entire head and it grows back.
No shit.
Imagine that. Yes, for real.
That would be convenient.
And then, because the whole point is he's trying to get her home, right?
Right.
This is the third issue probably takes 1 or 2 weeks after the second issue.
Mm-hmm.
So they're being pursued because if you've read the second issue, you hear that the cult leader, he wants her for himself. So he sent out 2 bounty hunters to capture them and get her.
Gotcha.
Originally, she was supposed to be sacrificed, but he decided he wanted her for himself.
And of course, if they're sending bounty hunters after him, they got to be of the ruthless variety.
Right. And he finally gets her back, and so you have a lot of her facing the consequences for what she did. You have Melvin kind of struggling with whether he wants to still be a mercenary or he wants to be a hero, that kind of thing. You're kind of setting up for the fourth and fifth issue.
Nice, very cool. Do you want to share any art or anything like that?
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can. I'll share. I'll share the campaign.
Hell yeah.
Page.
And
I swear to God that StreamYard has changed something on me.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're always changing shit. They don't need to.
Yeah, so let me scroll down to the bottom here. Well, I could scroll. Let's see. Here's the. You're sharing?
Oh, now I am. There we go.
Yeah, so that's the thing I'm talking about where you see his head growing back.
Nice.
Yeah, they find a tracking device that's totally inspired by Star Wars, right?
Yep.
Of course, I feel like every good thing has to have a conclusion, so they get a little bit closer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, baby. So a little bit of intergalactic romance.
Damn right. Then, of course, introducing her father, Albert Goodwinson. And of course, this is because when the first artist Sherwin drew a cover, which was prior to the actual writing of Melvin 1, he put Diana on the jacket that Alice was wearing. So I had to kind of invent a character. So this is Diana. She's kind of like the king's right hand person, head of security. Maybe a former pilot,
right?
And she's like her best friend. So. And of course, there's going to be a backup story, which is going to be a parody. It's kind of like Droids meets Adult Swim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that sounds intriguing.
Yeah, imagine having your brain abducted and put into a robot body, and the person that you hate, like maybe a neighbor, also had their brain abducted, and you're stuck in space with them.
Oh man, that would not be pleasant.
So
that's a great idea.
Yeah. So here's some interior art right here.
Cool. Very neat.
Yeah. The artist is Sid Telis, I think.
Mad crazy skills.
Yeah. Some of it kind of reminds me of Arthur Adams a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see this. You can see him as an influence for sure.
Yeah, you can see like here's another panel where the head's growing back.
That's great.
More. Yeah.
So that's great. You get to I'm assuming kill him at the end of one episode, like blow his head off, and well, how's he coming back from this? Well, wait.
Well, actually, it happens in the first part of the book, and then you see
it does.
You see his head grow back. She's piloting the ship, and she's talking to him, but she doesn't know that he got his head blown off.
Oh wow!
So when they kind of land, and of course they use this if a ship's coming in too hot, they use I got this idea from Demolition Man where they had that shit that the car they're driving shoots out that security phone.
Yeah.
So the docking bay is filled with this foam that they have to chip away, right? Because the ship came in too hot.
Right.
And so she, of course they're escorting her out, and she finds him. His head's grown back already, and she's mad at him because he didn't say anything to her.
How can he say anything with his head blown off? He didn't have a tongue or even a brain.
Yeah. So here's a scene where this is I guess the scene is shortly after Diana and Alice had a fight. He sees stuff had been thrown, so he assumes something happened. So he goes in with his pistol drawn, and there's steam coming out of the bathroom, so he busts his way in to see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is a pretty good.
He said, "Thank you very much."
Thank you very much. He got an eyeful. So
and this book is done.
Art, yes, the art is done. All it needs to be is lettered
Nice.
and then sent to print.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
That's
So-
great. Yeah. So folks, when this comes out, you're not going to be waiting long for it.
No.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Man.
Am I the only one that once I do like a campaign and then I had to do another one? It's been a while, so I get a little rusty on doing a sales pitch, so I have to get back into that.
Yeah,
frame of
sure.
mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Muscle memory, dude.
Yeah. But also,
I'll just do it.
in my experience, ceasing to give a fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, because then you're just relaxed, and then you just like can freestyle and let people know what your book's about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this looks great, man. This looks
looks
really,
dope.
really,
I love
really,
the character.
really cool.
I want to get all 3 of them eventually.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that actually is going to be. I guess they don't call them perks or they call.
What are the tiers, right?
They call them rewards.
Right.
So that's going to be one of them. Is like you get all 3 of them. Because I'm a big believer.
Oh yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in catch-up tiers. You can either get like the first previous 2 books, or you can get like one that's like all 3 of them.
You always have to have a catch-up tier, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're just like, hey, I'm selling issue number 7, it's like, well, yeah, where's issues 1 through 6? Like,
Right.
oh, well, you didn't back those, so you're fucked. Okay.
yeah. You can kiss my grits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. You always want to make sure that that's the thing is you know that's the great thing also about having a few books under your belt too is then being able to sell the previous ones. Are you going to do a digital tier?
Oh yeah, there's a digital version of Melvin 3.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a little bit of a controversy over that. Some people say like that. Some people don't like to do it. I guess maybe because they're worried about piracy or something like that.
Well, some people like in other countries can't afford to get your book. So what about?
Thank
them?
you.
You want to tell them to sit and spin?
Right.
People aren't that popular either, and they need to get their work out there, and they don't have like maybe a long career, illustrious career of work out there.
Yeah.
And they kind of need to, scream into the void to be heard, to have their stories looked at,
Right.
So that might not be a bad idea for some people.
But like you were saying, like one of the like I always say, some people don't want to have to pay $28 shipping and handling.
And there's that argument.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Pay fucking
what?
40,
really?
Was it $50 for a fucking $20 or $20 book? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we hate that. We hate that.
Yeah, printed on gold-plated paper.
Yeah, right. Thank you. And then, of course, if your book like goes to Shanghai and it gets like microwaved, like that one book.
What? Oh yeah.
Right. Then we have to because then we have to mail it again.
Yeah.
Right. We have to eat that $28 and just hope it doesn't get fucked over on the way again.
Yeah, I hope it's only $28.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
By now it's 45. So it used to be 20.
Oh man. I still have the video of that too, man. Like this guy.
He does it all slow too. It's all slow and like it's all suspenseful. He's like, I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh god, yeah. Because, and I remember like asking the guy like, is it cool for me to share that video? And he's just like, yeah, but why would you want to? It's like because I want to share my pain. Because the idea of somebody getting a book from me like that, it's like, not fun, but also because hey,
I'm lucky that most of the people who have backed my book are in the States and maybe a few across seas here and there.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how I feel about digital. It's just like, some people don't want to pay $28 for shipping and handling. Shocking,
That's why they call RJ.
Yes. Well, RJ's been great about that, and Diaz Brothers also fulfilled for Cecil. So there's people doing stuff, and
RJ's got I think Australia and the UK now, where he's got people that are just handling it for him there, so he can send one bulk package overseas. Not
right. There's hockey in Australia. There's sim in Canada. Kazakhstan. As I like to call it.
It's a
Yo, what up, all my Canuck brothers?
Yeah.
It's just a smart thing to get involved in that, because that way when you want to send your book all over the place, you know who to get with.
Yeah, man. Without a doubt. So yeah, everybody, go check that out. Go check out Melvin. Link is in the chat right now. I'll try and also add that to the description because I don't think I did. But
The best part,
no, I screwed the whole description up. It's different in your channel as it is in mine and everything.
Okay. Hey, that's okay. You know, it's CronCon. It's loose. It's loose.
Loose.
I was just trying to get it all right. And it's like, man, there's so many different channels involved now.
I know.
You're a busy man, Pop. You're a busy man. You're about to screw up somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's like you got Stephen B. and Docs in my channel and Brian's YouTube. We have 4 different YouTube channels it's going to right now.
So when's Doc going to do a Fund My Comic?
Docs, he's going there permanently after this one's over.
Can he email Indiegogo a picture of his middle finger while he does so? That'd be awesome,
dude.
No, the traitor. You're a traitor if you go there. You're a traitor if you use anything but Indiegogo. Even though they're shadow banning us.
That's what I'm saying. That dude had to fight from the shadow ban of pre-launch.
So fucked up.
He was shadow banned.
Dog shit.
There's people out there that don't
fucking block yo.
Yeah, there's people out there that don't like us. And they don't want us to succeed.
They wait until they get funded, and then they'll shadow ban them so they don't make a whole bunch of money. Doc, they didn't even give him a chance, dude.
Yeah.
He had to scratch a claw for every backer, and then Indiegogo tried to claim like 18% of his backers from as people that came through their platform. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
People couldn't get through your platform. You had him shadow banned.
Right.
I don't know if they still.
You don't get to claim sales number one from that.
I know that like they were coming out with this new thing where like you give them like a bigger cut and then they expose you more on their website.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's what this.
I don't know if it started yet, but I remember me and Sim were talking about it like maybe like 4 months ago or something.
Right,
like that.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think for me that's probably the big thing where they're like, we can make money off these motherfuckers. They're using our website for free, and we can just charge them like Facebook. I think that's the main thing. I think that's why
I think so
I
too.
don't even think it's fucking like political at all. I think it's all about coming down to money. Most shit's all about money. All the political shit, it's all about money. All these motherfuckers aren't woke like these big companies. They give a fuck. They just want money.
No, I think that's definitely the case because remember what happened to Eric July, where he made like $3 million and like you can have it in a month.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm working for a company right now. They hold my tips for 2 weeks,
PayPal,
dude.
And we had
I'm like, they probably hold my tips because they're fucking doing that PayPal shit.
You
know what I mean?
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
They all do that shit. They sit on the interest, dude. They gain interest. A lot of companies do that.
Does the same thing PayPal does. They hold on to your money for a month so that they can get some interest.
Dirty motherfuckers, man. Dirty motherfuckers.
Everybody's doing that now.
Interest has always been part of making money. Okay, holding your money. Everybody's been trying to hold your money. What do you think credit is?
I know.
Everybody tries to hold up that money or hold your money, right?
Yeah.
If they can hold your money, they get to make money off it while it's sitting in their bank account rather than you. Like every time I hear about one of them cons that wants you to pay 6 months in advance. Why do I got to pay 6 months in advance for? So you can collect interest off my money for 6 months?
Yep.
Right.
I like Fund My Comic too because you can like cash out too, like before the campaign's over. So you got an artist that you need to cash out some of that money. You could do that and pay him while you're making the campaign. Or you need
great.
Or you need a fucking. I mean, like that's what he was talking about. Or you want like another cover or something like that. You know what I mean? You could use some of that money, boom, and do that. You know what I mean? Obviously, your ass better fucking fulfill because that's your ass if you don't. But it's cool to have that. It's cool to have that option though. Because most people trust the people that fulfilled now because they fulfilled. You know what I mean?
That's important.
To a certain time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Consumer confidence is important, man.
Yeah, like I wouldn't launch a book unless it's done or it's like 90% done, and I know that I'm gonna be on schedule unless some fucking crazy shit happened. You know what I mean? you know.
Because I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to elsewhere on the internet, and they're like, "Oh, CG, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I dropped out of there because it was taking like 3 years to get a book."
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people bounce, dude.
Well, not a lot, but the ones who do end up fucking hurting us. Yeah, you got something caught in your throat there, Pops? Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, it's like if you make $250,000 or something off your campaign, then you can just like wait like 5 years.
You can just blow
you know?
up. I get it.
Yeah, like 2 new Star Wars movies will have come out before your comic book, before your 24-page comic book. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, man. But back to the Abominable Dr. Phibes. Matt, what were your thoughts on this picture?
I thought it was dope, man. I like the character. I like Vincent Price. He's always entertaining. I like the set design. I like the different musical score, like different songs that they picked, throughout the movie.
Yes.
Like, it was just a fun movie. Yeah, again, it's like a cool Batman villain. I love the movies like that. Yeah, give it 2 horns way the fuck up. Gotta go check it out.
Yeah, and folks, if you enjoy this, like I said, there is a sequel. It's not as good, but that's okay. It's still more Dr. Phibes, right? And
it's Vincent Price, right?
And it's Vincent Price. And
there
Vincent
you go.
Price.
What else could you like? What else? I mean, come on. It's not. They're not both going to be fucking good. I mean, most movies aren't like that good. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's going to be fun and entertaining.
Yes, exactly. And basically, let's face it, most sequels are just remakes of the originals. Yeah. But if you're like, hey, I want more of that, why not give it to people? No, I've always enjoyed this movie. It's a solid 3 stars for me, 3 out of 4.
I love this part too, dude. Like where he pulls down the fake, like just that was something I really laughed my ass off when I saw this, because when I used to work at a grocery store, there'd be a part like a case where we'd sell out of all of our sausages and bacon and fucking locks and shit. And I'm like, fuck, that shit's wrapped light. I wish I had like a thing I could just swing down like that. Like, yeah, it look like it's full. Like we're all good right here, we're not sold out. This shit ain't all fucked up, So it made me think about that. So
well, you guys didn't do rain checks?
This one comes in for me.
I didn't. you got to get there when the getting is good. Get in and get your
man. Yeah, you snooze, you lose.
This one is an 8.75 on the TFF scale, which is too fucking funny.
Yeah,
right? There's dry humor. There's just straight humor. It's to me it was hilarious. But like I said, it was one of those that I snuck around to try to watch when I was young.
Yeah.
And by the time I was old enough to actually watch the whole thing, I had pretty much seen all the good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has so much style and personality. Yeah. It's very eccentric. This is a very eccentric movie. Like, this is the kind of movie that you watch and it gives you like a clue as to like what's going on in the mind of its creator.
Well, it's like when you show the scene where the dude looks at the portrait and then looks back at dude and he's giving him that condescending look like even after he's dead, it's like, you dumb motherfucker.
He just looks at that painting. He's just like, really?
Just look at that. Like,
you've earned my disdain, sir.
It was hilarious. It was the driest.
This is definitely something. If I bought the DVD of this, I'd put it in my collection. It's fun to watch. It doesn't really take itself too seriously. It's ridiculous, but it's fun.
Yep. And I actually have the Midnight Movies DVD that came out that has both the Abominable Dr. Phibes and Dr. Phibes Returns. So this is an easy, like I said, folks. Link is in the description below where you can watch this completely for free. But yeah, does it belong? Does this belong? Certainly in your collection. It's hell
it should.
It's
hell
right
yeah, for sure.
YouTube, right? That link it's right here on YouTube. So
man.
Look it up on YouTube and you can watch it.
Yeah. Oh, and the interesting thing about this painting too, I'm pretty sure that's by the director, because the director was a painter.
Oh, okay.
And went from like painting to film. Peter Greenaway is probably the most famous one of those cats. Mario Bava too. There's actually a history of painters that went into filmmaking, ended up being directors, which I think is really interesting.
Giving Doc ideas, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, Doc is a bad man. So, what do you think we should watch next week?
You got any ideas?
Do I have any ideas? Yeah. I was thinking like maybe doing like a really, really trashy Italian movie. We haven't done any Bruno Mattei yet, but there's also, yeah, we could do that.
There's a bunch of fucking movies on Tubi too. Like,
oh, dude, they've been
indie,
dropping
fucking mainstream, all kinds of good shit right now.
Yeah.
And then there's like different stuff we haven't done that, you know, like that trash you're talking. I'd like to get into some of that trash.
Oh my goodness, yeah, because like Hell of the Dead is one of those movies. It's just like, do I really want to do that to my boy?
Oh,
right,
really?
right.
Oh.
No, because I mean, it's just bottom of the barrel trash. But that's the thing. I got a shit tooth. I got, you know, some people got a sweet tooth. I got a shit tooth. and like I always say about the Italians, man, their movies were so good. Their cinema was so good. They made the best art films, the best horror movies, the best crime pictures, best westerns, and even like their shit was good. Even their crap is like the best crap. It's the most entertaining crap you've ever watched. And really, it's like, how do you ultimately judge a film? Is it entertaining? Does it entertain you?
Yeah.
Okay. There was another one that I threw in the Twitter a few days back.
In the twatter.
Did you catch that in the messages?
I don't think so. Which one is that?
Don't in the woods.
Oh, don't F in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I got one. I got one you
can
do for a bonus.
Yeah.
I got one you could do for a bonus. It's a silent film called Hex. I think it's called Hexen.
Oh, Haxon. Yes. Yeah, it's a documentary.
That is so.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Kinda, I guess. Yeah, it was something. It was so weird. It's like something out of a Rob Zombie video.
Yeah, it's a silent Dutch movie. From like the 1920s, and it is absolutely astounding. There's two versions of it. I have like the Criterion collection, double disc, and one of the discs is the original version of the film, and then the other one is called Witchcraft Through the Ages, which is Haxon, edited a little bit and with a commentary by William S. Burroughs. And like a jazz soundtrack, like they turn it like into a midnight movie, and like that edition comes with both of them, and they both have their merits.
Yeah, I watched it again on AMC. It was like what 1 a.m. or something, and I'm like watching this thing like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Another movie that's like that also is actually in public domain, and you could easily find on Tubi or someplace like that, is Carl Dreyer's Faust. Oh, I'm sorry, F.W. Murnau's Faust. That's another movie where the director plays the devil in his own movie. Yeah. And man, some of the imagery in that is absolutely unforgettable, especially these shots of like a gigantic Satan looming over the city. Yeah, seriously, those who have never like investigated like German expressionist horror movies, silent ones from like the 1920s, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Nosferatu. Oh my God. The thing about that's crazy about the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and that is a must if you're a horror fan, is that even though it's silent, it feels modern. Like that movie it always feels like it was kind of made yesterday. It's uncanny.
That's crazy.
It's yeah, man. But I mean, that is great filmmaking. That is great art. The shit is timeless. Then, of course, you get stuff like Abominable Dr. Phibes, where it's very much about the time capsule. It's very much about
the 60s.
The 60s, right? And that's also always awesome, too. But yeah,
I've seen Dog Soldiers on there too. I'd like to do that.
Oh,
maybe like in a couple months or something.
Oh yeah,
I've seen it so long ago. I barely remember. I just remember the werewolves being pretty dope, and like the design was awesome, and the actors were really good. They had a lot of really good like English actors, British actors in there that have gone on to do bigger things. You know.
Oh yeah. No, that's Go ahead.
I think the best werewolf movie I've ever seen was American Werewolf in London.
Oh boy, it's one of them for me. The Howling, I kind of prefer. And then of course I love the Paul Naschy movies. His werewolf movies. I think 11 or 12 of them.
I like the Wolfman.
Of course,
I don't have a favorite. I like so many. Like I really don't.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I had to like for as far as scary and like I would go The Howling. Like that one just kind of. Me and my daughter watched Silver Bullet yesterday, bro. We watched the.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I felt kind of bad because when I seen it like 10 times as a kid, but it was all edited. But my dad, he would tape things edited, so I would still watch them. And
right.
But man, that movie's pretty cool, dude. And I was watching. I was like, did Stephen King rip off The Howling? Because I knew The Howling was a book, right? And I was
it was a novel.
Did that come out first? Because it has a similar thing with the serial killer being a werewolf, you know?
Right. But then, of course, that Silver Bullet was originally Cycle of the Werewolf,
right.
which he did with the legendary, iconic Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah, I wanted to buy that too. They re-released it like as a calendar or something like that, like before he passed away or right after he passed away, and I was trying to get it, but I couldn't afford it at the time.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the loss of Bernie was super fucking tragic, and just the fact that the industry treated him the way it did is despicable, you know. But then again, it's weird,
like man, like him and Lin Wein both kind of left us at the same time. I was really starting to get into Wrightson too, and like he just kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little reminder that we're not going to have these people forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about conventions is that it gives you it gives the public not only a chance to meet these folks and thank them, it also it gives them an opportunity to soak up some of that love that they've so richly earned by giving us.
Thing about the conventions, you know, we're always trying to go there and fucking sell our books or buy books or people want to cosplay and shit, but or get their art looked at or get their scripts read, but I mean it's kind of cool to go there and meet some of your inspirational heroes, you know.
I mean now that
they're you know,
yep,
not on this planet too long.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, I always used to be too shy.
Me too.
Right?
Well, actually, not even too shy, but my main thing was that I wasn't really shy. I just felt like I'd be able to go see him again. Like, I'll go see Neil Adams again. I'll go see Guillermo del Toro again, but it's not like that. I didn't even know that they have schedules and shit like that, you know.
Yeah. And
I'm actually going to be doing my first event thing at the end of May.
Cool.
It's called Author Palooza. It's in Middleton at the trolley station across from the library.
That's dope.
Nice.
From 10 to 2. Yeah.
If you like as creators, like if we get like a really good product and if you have like the ability to go and do cons, like there's a lot of like ways you can like build your company up, your IPs, your books, you know. Like that's how you do it. Like in the middle of America, basically, or over where I'm at, it's kind of a dead zone because I'm in California, but fucking cons are huge all over the rest of the country.
It's you want to exist outside the internet as well as on.
Yes.
And want to put a face to the work, you know.
Right. The internet should always be a supplement.
Exactly.
Right? And
that fan interaction, man, and internet fan interaction is fine, but man, you want your fans to be able to meet you.
Yeah.
And dude, for me, the best thing is when somebody buys your comic on one day and then they come back the next day and they read it and they loved it.
Well, yeah. I gave I had old copies of Melvin 1 and 2. I gave a coworker these issues, and she gave them to I guess she had them in her room, and her kids stole them and won't give them back.
Good, man.
That's great. That's great. That's like the best possible review that you could possibly get.
Yes, and then another coworker has same thing, but her kid can't read yet, but loves the pictures.
That's how it starts.
Yeah. That's how it starts.
The comic bug. That's how it started with me, and it's still to this day. I'm going for the art first and the story second. But that's just me, But if you want me to come back, like Brian says, the story better be good. I'll be back for 2.
Yeah, I mean, if the art doesn't grab you, you're just gonna be like you're not gonna give the story a chance. But yeah, I mean, just a few days ago. Oh, do I have it here? I think I do. This is like an old issue of the Avengers, and this must have been one of my first comic books because it is toe up.
Oh, that's old school.
On there.
What number is it, B? Is that the Defenders Avengers?
No, I think it's just it's just an issue of the Avengers. I'm not sure which issue.
Let me see that again.
Okay.
Who's the artist on that, man?
Oh yeah, this was Steve Englehart was the author, and let's see, M. Esposito, R. Giacoa. It's they're the inkers. Why does it not say who the artist is?
Back then they had like 5 artists drawing, like they had dudes doing backgrounds, dudes doing like, faces. Like they were running at you like a fucking manga studio.
I see Valkyrie. Hold on.
Yep.
I see Valkyrie. Who all is there, man? Who all is there? I see
Valkyrie.
It
does look like the Defenders are hanging out too.
That
is the Avengers and Defenders crossover from the 70s, dude.
Right.
There's Doctor Strange right there.
Yep. But you'll notice that there's crayon.
Right?
There's like little crayon drawings.
Yeah.
Here I'm drawing like a laser beam coming out of Doctor Strange's cup.
Strange is holding the evil eye right there. That's like 118 or 119.
Right.
It's crazy too. Like when you're reading comics, man, they just kind of
series that got me into.
Oh my god! Look, the Watcher got fat.
Check it out.
Right?
That was a crossover story that went back and forth between the Defenders and the Avengers because I got into comics Defenders 10, which was also part of
I was a big Defenders fan. Big Defenders fan.
It was also part of that story. It was where Thor and Hulk fought.
Now, guess what happened here?
Oh, no.
Marvel value stamp.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So many people jacked up their books, man. Oh no, actually, this isn't even a Marvel. It's not even a Marvel value stamp. It was like an advertisement for a Spider-Man medallion, and I cut it out for some reason. But the reason I'm showing this is if I was like drawing like straight lines and laser beams coming out of people's eyes, I was really fucking little. When I saw, because I didn't even know at that point I guess I didn't even like understand what comics were.
Well, you were 5 years younger than me, and that was the comic. That was the comic story that I first got into because Defenders 10 was the first book I bought, which was part of that story. Actually, the issue before that, but on the Defender side.
You know what my first one was? I really got into it. X-Force 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My brother hated it, so I think we were on a camping trip. So he throws it to me and says, "Here, you want this?" So I was like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah, well, also, the old days when comic books were things that you would you would roll up and stick in your back pocket, and share with your friends and shit.
When I bought Defenders 10, Brian, I bought it and I realized it was like the end of a story.
Yeah.
And I had to go running around spinner rack to find all the rest of the books.
Yes.
2-3 months.
Yes.
Right.
And when you were a kid, you didn't really even have like comic book stores or mail order places. So if you missed out on an issue, you missed out on an issue.
Now you're a noob, right? You're a noob to this. So I go look for the previous Avengers episode, and lo and behold, there's still a part missing. What the hell? Okay, I mean Defenders episode, right? I went to find the previous Defenders episode, and it was like part of the story's missing. I didn't know there was another that it crossed over with another title because I didn't know the Avengers was another title. All I knew was Defenders 10, and I'm looking for Defenders 9, Defenders 8. So I hadn't read the story, so I didn't realize it crossed over into another title. So it took me a while to find all those books so I could read that whole story, because I had to figure out that I needed 2 different titles, over like a 3-month period.
Right. Oh, I just found this actually on eBay for like $15.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have Wolverine. I have the whole story, dude. I have the whole story on both sides, Avengers and Defenders.
Yeah.
Physically in this brew, I have all those.
That's fucking awesome. I just love the Defenders. But I'm sorry, Timothy, you were saying?
I was saying late 80s, early 90s Wolverine. Big impact.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when that first Frank Miller Wolverine series came out. That was...
I didn't even know that existed until way later. Yeah.
Oh, that was so epic.
Sabretooth and like the fucking...
Did he say something about a big Wolverine influence? Check that box out.
Nice.
Snickety.
Man, I mean, I could give a rat's ass about the MCU, but the next Wolverine better be a guy who looks like Sim. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll still watch Deadpool 3. I mean, Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh
Yeah.
I mean,
that'll probably be the last decent Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold out hope,
but I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, if it's trash, I'll be mad. If it's trash, I'll be angry. So
better put him in a suit, dude. He better wear the suit the whole time. That's like his last fucking chance.
To wear the mask and everything.
The mask, yeah.
And the thing is in a Deadpool movie they might actually do that.
I think they are. I think that's like the whole thing about it. It's a different reality, he said too. So
right. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But I think the first Wolverine I had was Wolverine number 22 when he was fighting something called the Spore.
Oh, and this was Bushima's run.
Yes. I had that, and then I had one where he was in was it Madripoor, and he's fighting these dudes that were hopped up on some drug and they couldn't feel any pain. Yeah. That's where that scene where he's hiding underneath the behind the bar, and one of the Yakuza guys is looking over the bar to see if he's dead or not, and the clouds just pop right through the bar.
Yeah, man.
It's like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I always preferred Wolverine as a supporting character rather than like a solo character. But man, some of those were great, and Bushima was like the perfect artist.
Best Wolverine cover ever was Mark Silverstreet's run, the Blood and Claws story arc. The one where he's like knee deep in bullets, and he's got like a stogie in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he's holding that submachine gun, and like, dude.
Yeah. Great shit, man. Great shit. Yeah. That comics ain't like that anymore, unfortunately. But I mean, that's why you got indie peeps like us trying to bring that fly shit back.
Exactly.
Yeah, baby.
But Wolverine was so violent, but yet, but the whole Comic Code Authority, but it still came off badass. That the whole Comic Code Authority did not hinder how over the top.
Well, they had little tricks. They had little tricks, right? Making the blood black.
Or not colored at all.
The Conan comics, yeah.
You never saw any heads go flying or anything like that, or
or like when he chopped off an arm that you could see the meat in the inside, but you couldn't see any blood dripping from it, or it was like a clean cut.
Right, or like Conan would cut somebody's head off or split their skull, but it would happen off panel.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
I always like the one where they slice them in the belly, but you're looking at the back of the victim and it's not going all the way through them. It's just slicing them in the belly. So they're like,
as if to say, trust us. His guts are falling out. No, not the next part.
Yeah, it's the power of suggestion, But that's the thing. That's one of the. I mean, look, I'm as anti-censorship as they come, but it does. Having certain parameters like that does kind of force you to be more creative sometimes. Yeah. Although I much rather see motherfuckers getting their heads split open.
Yeah, I like the gore. I want to see the guts.
I like the gore. I
want to see the bones cracking. I want to see all that shit.
Oh, I've gotten to the age where I think there's room for both over-the-top violence and stuff that's kind of drawn back.
Yes.
Depends on the story you're telling.
There should be something for There should be something for everybody. Like every genre should be covered. We should be doing like the Japanese are doing, but
if you can pull it off, though, if you can convince me that you opened up that dude without showing me that you opened up that dude, you're a fucking good ass artist.
Yeah. So it's like you understand. Well, I mean, that's why I always preferred Savage Sword of Conan to the Conan comic, was because they could get more raw.
Yeah.
A lot more raw.
Yeah.
Right? Because those weren't subject to the Comics Code Authority.
If you can't convince me though that you did that without actually showing it to me, you're an artist.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's like when we did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, people always think they've seen stuff in that movie that's not there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because the people don't give that movie credit enough for being as fucking fiendishly clever as it is, and being so incredibly well made, because it's like you don't see anything and yet you're cringing and just like you feel it, and it fucks with your head and makes you think you've seen things that you haven't seen.
Right.
That's magical. That's a real case of misdirection and the power of illusion. But anyway, we are coming up on like 2 hours 15 minutes now. I can't tell because this is the CromCon.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Okay. Brother man, let's see. So is there more CromCon after this, or is CromCon taking a siesta until tomorrow?
Yeah, we shut her down till tomorrow, dude. That's right up.
Here's a question for you, Pops. Is this an anniversary of CromCon?
Yes, third year.
Congratulations.
Third year of doing this every month, once a month.
Congratulations, man.
Hell yeah, man. Getting books funded, man. Getting books funded. Getting indie creators attention. That's what Pops is all about, and that's why I'm down with the madness. That's why I'm on the channel.
I'm having a blast. Brian, did you see this thing that Bill Moss did last week?
No.
We launched Nira X, right? Last Monday, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch that, but I remember seeing that was coming up.
Okay, so Bill did this sticker for everybody who backed during the launch party.
That's pretty cool.
What?
Now, hold up. During the launch party, if you back the book, you're going to get one of this. Now, check out the reflection in the sword.
Prom, huh?
Oh.
Wayne.
Dude,
hey.
Right? You didn't catch it. I didn't catch it until Homeboy pointed it out. And I was like, oh, snap.
Dude.
That's fucking great, dude. Oh, this must make you so happy.
Well, yeah, and he did it to remind everybody that you backed it during the Madness launch, so because of that, he's giving you that sticker, that little Crom, yeah, man, I was blown away. But I was going to say, not just for me, but for it, wherever you're launching your book.
Yes.
Do a little something special and thank the people for backing your book during that show, right? No matter what show it is. Do a little something special for them like that, man. Get more people to back you during your launch party by giving them something for backing during your launch party.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. You gotta have that solid launch party, like that solid 24 hours, that really can, for most people, dictate the whole outcome of the campaign.
Got I think 39 backers in the first 90 minutes or something. It was funded right away. Right.
That's so cool.
But then he just said everybody who backs while we're live is going to get a sticker. And then he came out last week during the draw stream and drew it.
That's so sweet.
And then Thomas just sent me this with all the colors and everything right before CromCon so we could show it off. But yeah, stuff like that, man. When you're doing a launch party, it don't matter where. It doesn't have to be a launch party. Wherever you're doing it, take care of the people that back you during your launch. Take care of the people that launch you.
I love that. I love that idea. And it's one of those things. It's just like, wait a second. Like, why are we not doing that? Like, why haven't I done that? Shit. But that's the thing. We keep learning stuff. Every campaign hopefully gets a little bit better. And that's fantastic.
Help everybody get a little closer to being funded a little sooner.
Yes.
Right. You know?
man. Yeah, man.
I mean,
Yeah, and also giving our backers some love and saying, hey, like you're literally enabling us to make comic books. How cool is that? Right? You know, because that's one of the things that you know that we always need to stress to our backers is we appreciate you. We really do. Because once again, we're making comic books. How cool is that? And we couldn't be doing it without those folks, you know?
Yeah, man. I was blown away. I mean, Committed Comics, they're one of our sponsors. So we showed them the love anyway. But man, I was blown. They show it back, dude. They show it back. I can't believe
That's awesome. You know? That's awesome. That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit.
Everybody, you know, think about that.
Fuck
during
yeah.
your launch parties, during your countdowns, throw a little something extra at the people and get them, you know, reward them for backing you during them prime moments.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, this is cool.
Timothy,
you viewing it?
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah, man.
So me and this guy Dave, who created a comic book called Rogue, when our campaigns launch, if you back Melvin 3 or Rogue #1, you'll get a 6x9 print of that.
Nice.
Cool.
See, that's what
That's an homage, huh?
Yes, it's I think it was like
Wolverine and Captain America. Right?
Captain America.
Yeah.
Mike
I have that
Zack.
poster in my garage. That's how I know. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Mike Zack for sure.
Issue number 7 of Six Gun Gorilla. That cover is totally is a Mike Zack homage to like this Punisher poster that he did.
Well,
that ended up actually being on the #1 issue of the miniseries.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be afraid to do work out stuff with other creators to help them promote their thing, and they're helping you promote yours.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit.
Network and spread the love, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yep. Rising tide lifts all ships. You know.
Exactly.
Without a freaking doubt. Oh man, I can't. Man, like once like right now, dealing with a lot of like chaos. You know, having to sell the house and move and all that crap.
Shit, for real?
Yeah. But Matt and I are gonna have to. So Matt, don't think I've been sleeping on that. You know,
oh, no,
the noodle is.
Oh, I know.
You know? For sure,
ready, man.
For sure. Yeah, man. So, as we go out the door, Timothy, do you want to tell these nice people where they can find you?
You can find me on the Twitters, and you can find me on Facebook.
The Facebooks.
Yes, on the Facebooks, and mostly on the Twitters though. So don't be afraid to sign up for Melvin 3.
Yeah, go check it out, people. Link is in the description. Matt, tell these fools where they can find you.
You guys could find me on Twitter at Runecutter Comic. If you guys want, you can check out my channel. It's Metal Movies and Brewskis. And if you want to pick up my comics, it's at butchcleaver.com. I have the first 2 issues up there. So thanks, Brian. And
man.
Hill Pops, Hill CrumCon, 3-year anniversary. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And you got to get yourself one of these, man.
Do it.
Hey, get one of those. Next 8 backers.
Pops, tell these folks what's up.
At the best kept secret on Facebook, join the madness, the comic related madness right there. We're over there on Insta. You know, we don't do a lot over there, but we try to throw stuff over there, for the CromCon event. So, Twitch. You can follow us on Twitch, the Madness Comic Network.
Hell yeah.
If you're watching and you see comments show up on the screen that you can't see in the chat where you're at, that's because we broadcast all over the freaking place, and that's why we try to highlight most of the comments up on the screen so you see what everybody's saying.
Right. That's the whole point. Multi-platform. Folks, thank you so much. That's why I need to peace out. My noggins, my Duracells are running low.
He needs to recharge, yo.
Yeah, man. But everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We really do appreciate it. You smash the like button, click the subscribe, ring a ding ding dong, the bell, and Pops Dog, if you want to take us out. Everybody, until next time, peace, love, and metal.
We're gonna play commercials.
first world, come in and take a seat. Pay us no attention, it's all conspiracy. We have satire and parody, some funny, some perverse. If none of it's offensive to you, you'd be the first.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands and Daisy.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.